When we learn a foreign language, it is extremely important to know about the traditions, culture, social aspects, and etiquettes of that country. Otherwise, the learning remains incomplete. Konnichiwa minasan. Hey friends, how are you? Welcome to Saral Japani YouTube channel. This is a place where we discuss about Japan, the Japanese language, and the Japanese culture. Today is lesson 75 of this series, Japanese for Beginners. And today's topic is welcoming host guest expressions. That is, not vocabulary, not grammar, but we will discuss some Japanese expressions related to welcoming gesture in today's lesson. But before we start today's lesson, let me remind you, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do so. This is the YouTube link, youtube.com/ at Saraljapani, that is SARALJAPANI. For the videos of all the previous lessons posted so far, that is the previous 74 lessons and today's 75th lesson, do visit the playlists section of this YouTube channel and click on this playlist, Japanese Lessons for Beginners. And under that playlist, you will find all these 75 lessons, videos of all these 75 lessons at one place. So let's begin today's lesson. Japanese lesson 75, welcoming host guest expressions. In every language, expressions can be conveyed using single words, phrases, or full sentences. And Japanese is no different. So in today's lesson, we shall be looking at certain expressions and along with that, the etiquettes which are visible or prominent in the Japanese society while welcoming someone. If you remember, then we had earlier discussed irashshaimase. Irashshaimase was discussed when we were discussing about the prices, that is ikura desu ka, the lesson ikura desu ka, what's the price, and also there was a lesson in which we discussed about a conversation between a shopkeeper and a consumer. So in that lesson, irashshaimase was discussed. So if you didn't watch that video, you may go back into the playlist and find that lesson. So recall irashshaimase that we discussed previously to welcome someone at a shop or a restaurant. Irashshaimase is a very polite expression that means welcome to our place or welcome to our shop. So this is generally used by the shopkeepers and more frequently at restaurants. So this welcome is not the same as you are welcome, which we say after someone says thank you. So this is not that welcome, but this is basically welcoming someone to his place. Irashshaimase is more used in restaurants and shops with a high intonation. High intonation in the sense, irashshaimase, irashshaimase, that means he is the person, the voice is full of excitement because he is happy to welcome the customers. It may also be used at homes to welcome guests, though not very common. So literally, this may be used to welcome anyone, anywhere. For welcoming friends and relatives at home, irashshaimase becomes too formal. It's a very formal word which is generally used for strangers or superiors. Irashshai is a better option for welcoming guests at home. So irashshai is basically a less formal version of irashshaimase. So we have irashshaimase, we have irashshai, then we have yokuirashshaimashita. Youkoirashshaimashita, as you can understand, so this is a past tense form of irashshaimase, and it implies you came to our house, we are honored, we are pleased, or it was very good of you to come and that I am glad to see you. So the theme of yokuirashshaimashita is this. So this is in the past tense, that's why you came to our house, we are honored or pleased. So yoku literally means well, which is an adverb. So in the literal sense of the meaning, it is something else, while the meaning of this phrase yoku irashaimashita is something else. So moving ahead, there is other expressions as well. So this is one of them. tooi tokoro made irashite itadaite arigatogozaimasu. I repeat, tooi tokoro made irashite itadaite arigatogozaimasu. This means you have come a long way to meet us. Please accept our thanks, or thank you for coming all the way to see us. So we will look at the meaning of each of these words in this sentence to bring out the meaning. But before that, just make a note of this theme behind this expression is tooi tokoro made irashite itadaite arigato gozaimasu. So arigato gozaimasu, you already know, it's thank you very much. But tooi tokoro made irashite itadaite, this phrase means you have come a long way to meet us. That's why I thank you. So our phrase is said while receiving a guest at your house, while opening the door and requesting them to come in. So this is the first expression that one uses, a host uses when he opens the door to his guest. Tooi. So now let's look at the meaning of these words. Tooi means far. Then we have tokoro. Tokoro means place. So tooi tokoro means a faraway place. So we are getting to the meaning of this expression. Tooi tokoro means far away place. Made, as you know, it's a particle that means to. So after that, irashite. Irashite means coming or going somewhere. So we are gradually uh, reaching the meaning of this expression, far away place coming to. So you are coming to our place from a far away place. And itadaite means to receive or accept. That is, please accept. And this is the form of the verb itadaku. The root form of the verb is itadaku, which means to receive or to accept. So please accept our arigato gozaimasu. Thanks. So itadaite arigato gozaimasu means please accept our thanks. So if we look at the last three words, itadaite arigato gozaimasu, this means please accept our thanks. And tooi tokoro made irashite means you have come from a far away place. You have come to a far away place, and that's why please accept our heartiest thanks. So do remember this expression, tooi tokoro made irashite itadaite arigato gozaimasu. You have come a long way to meet us. Please accept our thanks. Now let's move to the next expression. Waza irashite itadaite arigatou gozaimasu. Waza irashite itadaite arigatou gozaimasu. So irashite itadaite arigatou gozaimasu. This phrase is common as the previous one, but we see that instead of tooi tokoro made, we have waza. So what's the meaning of this? You have come specially to meet us. Please accept our thanks. So the meaning is almost the same, but here not from a far away place. So you have come from a far away place is gets replaced with you have come specially to meet us. So you have made us feel special. So for that, please accept our thanks. But the theme is still the same. Thank you for coming all the way to see us. Our phrase is also said while receiving a guest at your house, while opening the door and requesting them to come in. And what's this waza? So waza independently doesn't have much meaning, but when it is used with this expression, waza irashite itadaite arigatou gozaimasu, here waza means to go to the trouble of, to go out of one's way to. That means this is used to express some kind of gratitude towards someone going out of their way to help you. So in this case, he has come a long way. That means he has taken the trouble of coming especially to meet that person despite having some trouble or despite being busy, or he was not supposed to come, but maybe for the guest, for the host he has come, or even if not for the host, but still it is a polite gesture that he thanks the guest for taking the trouble to visit him. So that's why this is that expression, waza irashite itadaite arigatou gozaimasu. The next expression to welcome a guest is yokuso. Youkoso. Yokoso means simply welcome. So welcome to our place. It's a both irashshai and yokoso are examples of expressions to welcome someone to someone's place. Now, there are controversies or debates and doubts on the applicability of these two words, irashshai and yokoso. Some people say that irashshai and yokoso are totally different, they cannot be used. And some people say that irashshai should be used in certain situations and yokoso should be used in certain situations. So there are several debates surrounding these two words. But the truth is that, as said, as told by certain uh, professors of Japanese, that the truth is that both irashshai and yokoso may be used interchangeably as welcome expressions. So there is no difference between the two, and you can use both irashshai and yokoso to welcome someone. But yes, there are certain special cases which should be looked into, so which we will see in the next slides. Irashshai is more frequently used with imas and ikimas verbs under polite or formal situations. So this is one special application of irashshai. So apart from using it in general, it is more attached to these two verbs while expressing these two verbs in these sentences. When you have to say welcome to someone with the verbs, with the sentence containing verbs, some verb form of imas and ikimas, then irashshai is often used. Both irashshai and yokoso can be used in offices, during meetings, at home, at shops, and in restaurants. All these words and phrases give more or less the same literal meaning. So all the expressions that we have seen so far, irashshaimase, irashshai, yokoso, youkoirashshaimashita, then tooi, tokoro made, irashite itadaite, arigatougozaimasu, and waza, irashite itadaite, arigatogozaimasu, and yokoso. So all these more or less give the same meaning, that is welcome to our place and thank you for taking the pain. Thank you for coming from such a long distance to meet us. However, their usage is driven by the emotions and feelings of the host for their guest, along with the requirement of the politeness level. So, literal meaning is the same. The meaning of this para is that the literal meaning of all these expressions is more or less the same. However, it depends how close the host is with the guest. So, depending on their personal relation and the situation and the yes, basically the relation between the two, the appropriate expression is chosen. Both irashshai and yokoso can always be used, which is the baseline of this discussion, that there is no difference between the two. While welcoming someone with deep love, affection, and joy, yokoso may be used. For example, greeting someone at office who has come from a different country or place. So, for example, Indoe yokoso. Indoe yokoso means welcome to India. So when someone from a foreign country visits your country or at your office, then you are very, very delighted and extremely happy to see him there or see him coming to your country. So in that situation, Indoe yokoso is the correct and appropriate, most appropriate expression to welcome him or to express your gratitude towards him. Similarly, when you go to Japan and someone there feels delighted to see you having come from such a long distance to his country, then he says, Nihon e yokoso. Nihon e yokoso, welcome to Japan. So this is one important application of yokoso. And when he is traveling back, when the person is traveling back to his country, that is, he is leaving your country, then also you can say youkoirashshaimashita or even yokoso to see him off. So when he is leaving your country, then you say youkoirashshaimashita. So this becomes a past tense now. Irashshai and yokoso and all such expressions that we have discussed so far are all just after opening the door to the guest. So This is the first expression or the first expression either after opening the door or when you meet someone for the first time at office who has come from a different country. So in under those situations, this is the first expression that you give. Now we are yet to request them to come in. So we have not said the next sentence to them. So what will be the next expression after welcoming them? Let's look into that. Irashshai and yokuso and all such expressions that we have discussed so far are all just after opening the door to the guest. And then what we say douzo. Douzo means please come inside. And this is a very, very informal version. And this is only douzo is used only for close friends and relatives. The more formal version is douzo ohairi kudasai. Douzo ohairi kudasai. So here you can see the kanji of hai. This is hai ri. So this together forms this verb hairimas. This is hairimas, or the root verb is hairu. So this means to enter. And you might remember that we did the kanji in one of our kanji lessons. We learned about this symbol. So you can go back to the kanji lessons of this playlist and you can watch that video. So hairimas means to enter. So douzo hairimas, douzo hairi kudasai means please come inside in a formal way. So douzo, the meaning of douzo is basically granting of permission. That means you are granting permission to your guest to come inside, but you won't say that I grant you permission, but you have to be very polite and request them to come in. Please come inside. So douzo is informal and douzo ohairi kudasai is formal version. Then we have several others as well. So this is generally douzo agatte kudasai and douzo oagarikudasai. So these two are used when suppose the guest has come inside from the main door and you are standing on a pedestal or few stairs up on the staircase or maybe on the first floor and the guest is downstairs, then you have to say please come up. That is, please come up the stairs. So in that case you will say douzo agatte kudasai. So here again you can see agatte, agatte. So here this kanji is used, which is aga, and the meaning is that it is the root verb is the agaru, which becomes agarimas or agarimashita, and which means to go up. So we have also discussed this kanji symbol earlier in this series. So as you can see, this represents to go up. So agarimas, agarimashita, and from that we have here douzo agatte kudasai. So douzo agatte kudasai is little impolite, although kudasai is used, but still it is not that polite version. The more formal and highly polite version is douzo o agarikudasai. Douzo o agarikudasai. Just like douzo o hairi kudasai to means to come inside, and douzo o agarikudasai means please come upstairs. So these are the expressions to invite the guest inside the house. So this is the second expression. The first expression was to welcome the guest, and the second expression is to request them to come inside. So now next let's see what else is there. So there is another expression to request the guest to come in is douzo kochirae. Douzo kochirae followed by the verb. Douzo kochirae means please come this way. Douzo kochirae. So this is not generally used inside the house, but maybe at a place or maybe in a hotel or somewhere, or even, yeah, it can be inside the house as well, that please follow me or please come with me. So although this can be used as a welcome expression in certain situations, it is more commonly used to show the way. Douzo is basically granting permission in a polite way to do something. Douzo kochirae means please follow my steps or please come with me or please come this way. So All that we discussed so far in this lesson till now are all welcome expressions which the host says to the guest. Now, there is some responsibility on the guest as well, right? So it cannot be that only the host is talking and talking and the guest is silent. So how should the guest respond to these two expressions given by the host? That is the welcome expression and the request to come inside expression. How the guest should respond. So in Japan, the first thing to do is not any verbal expression, but to take off the shoes. If you are going inside someone's house, the first step will be to take off your shoes. Now, if you see this figure, this is the door from which the guest has entered, but you can see that the shoes have been pointing the other way, that is towards the door. That means you have to take off your shoes and arrange them or place them in such a way that while leaving the house, your shoes are in the same direction as the door so that you can directly put them on and leave the house. So the direction of the shoe will be like this. And while entering, after you have taken off your shoes, there will be shoes which needs to be worn inside the house. So these will be provided by the host and you have to put them on and go inside. So you generally do not go uh, in naked feet, but you wear these in-house shoes provided by the host. So this is the foremost thing, or this is Japanese culture or etiquette, you may say, while entering someone's house. So notice the two sets of shoes as I mentioned. This is your shoe and this is the in-house shoe of the host, which you need to wear. So with this, next is a verbal expression by the guest. So after wearing the shoes or when he looks, when the host is in front of him and he has welcomed him, he has requested him to come in, then the guest says, shitsurei shimasu. Shitsurei shimasu, that means please, I am coming in. So he acknowledges basically. He acknowledges the request which the host earlier said that please come in. Now the guest says, yes, I am coming in. So please, I am coming in. Please don't take the pen. I am coming in. Shitsurei shimasu. So shimasu is the verb which means to do something. And shitsurei is to come inside. So this is uh, this shimas is used along with shitsurei. So shimas is a generic verb which means to do something. This is a very general or normal expression that can be used in many situations other than this as well. Other than this in the sense, other than saying this inside someone's house, and which all we shall be discussing in due course in this series. The next version, the next expression after shitsurei shimas is ojama shimas. Ojama shimasu, again shimasu means to do something, and what to do something here in this context? Ojama means please, I am coming into your house and will be taking your precious time. I am sorry about that. So ojama shimasu is basically to feel sorry for disturbing the host. So since he has come to the host's house, so he feels little ashamed or little uh, guilty that he has disturbed him and he has taken his time. So this is a proper or more formal expression that is used when you get inside someone's house. Jama, this jama, o is the honorific prefix and jama means to come into someone's way. That is to become an obstacle or to disturb someone or someone's peace. So that's why ojama shimasu means I am sorry to bother you in your house. So far we have discussed how the host welcomes a guest with the first with the welcome expression and then with the expression to and requesting him to come inside, and then how the guest responds back with his gesture by taking off his shoes, wearing the in-house shoes of the host, and then acknowledging that yes, he is coming inside and He is sorry to bother him. He is sorry to trouble him at this moment and for taking his time. So next is when the guest is standing outside. So we go one step backward now. So even before the host welcomes the guest, there is situation when the guest is standing outside the house and wants to call someone. That is, he is not sure if somebody is inside or not. So in that situation, what he should be doing. So not for Japan, in general, in any country, either we knock on the door or we ring the doorbell or we say, is somebody there? So these are usually the cases when somebody is at the door looking for someone. So Japanese is also not an exception. So what we say in Japanese, sumimasen, dareka imasu ka? That means, excuse me, is someone there? Sumimasen is excuse me, you know very well. And dareka imasu ka means, is someone there? So imas means to exist. So here it's not existing here, whether someone is present inside the house or not. So dareka means there. So inside, that means. So sumimasen, dareka imasu ka? Excuse me, is someone there? This is an informal way. This is a highly informal way to call someone from outside, and it is used only for close friends and close relatives. So the more formal expression is gomen kudasai. Gomen kudasai. This is someone there, please? So when we add kudasai and go is the honorific, so it becomes more polite and extremely formal. So gomen kudasai is usually used when we look for someone from outside the door, outside the house. So one expression is sumimasen, dareka imasu ka, which is informal, and the other is gomen kudasai. So that's all for today's lesson. So we have seen welcome expressions when someone arrives at someone's place, and it's a both way expressions, like some expressions host says to the guest and the guest then responds back. Now what happens inside after he goes inside? So what kind of behavior and what kind of expressions are exchanged, so that we will see in the next lesson. So today that's it, and we have completed 75 lessons today. So that's another milestone for this series. So I hope you have understood today's lesson, and we will meet again soon in our next video in any of the playlists of this channel. So till we meet again, arigatougozaimashita, mata imasho.